Hey Dave, feeling a little necromantic.
Easy, dude. Your sister is my wife, and she would not approve.
What the frick, man? I said necromantic, not romantic.
Oh, that's a lot different.
Let's talk about the top 10 5e D&D homebrew spells for necromancy.
I'm Nerdarchy Dave.
And I'm Nerdarchy Ted. Welcome to Nerdarchy. For nerds, by nerds.
Now let us get into a necromantic mood with this video. Alright, so we're going to do our top 10 for necromancy homebrew spells over on D&D Beyond, and you might be asking, how do you figure out what the top 10 is? Well, we have a very scientific method for this. We go over there, we isolate the necromancy spells, and then we click on the views until it shows them ranked from the most to the least views. We figure that's what people are the most interested in. So we decided that those are the top 10s arbitrarily. With that, I'm going to list them off. We've got Decompose, Achroma, Accelerated Aging, Soul Assimilation, Analyze Blood, Animate Shadow, Necrotic Siphon, Animate Dead Variant, Corpse Bomb, and finally Withering Touch.
So, the fact that we're talking about things on D&D Beyond, I'm pretty sure you're going to guess what that means. Why don't you tell them there, Dave?
Well, Ted, it means that D&D Beyond is a sponsor for Nerdarchy, and they're a sponsor for this particular video. We really appreciate their support, and it is a great way for you to follow along and check out the homebrew content. All you need is a free account over there, I believe, and you can go check it out and take a look at it. But not only that, over on our website, we have even more content about the top 10, but it's a top 10 by a factor of 3. So you can go over there and see Nerdator Doug's top 10 picks times 3 for necromancy spells. There will be links in the cards up here as well as the description below.
So if you're looking for another way to help out the channel, to keep making videos like this, as well as all of the awesome content over on nerdarchy.com, why not check us out on Patreon and support us over there?
You'll receive 5e content for DMs and players alike, which means drop-in encounters, magic items that we sometimes turn into print and play cards, spells, feats, races, subclasses, you name it. We're probably making it over there. Even a chance to game with us. If you want to check out a free Patreon sampler download, there's a card up here. There's a link in the description. Go click it, download it, check it out. See if it's a way you'd like to support Nerdarchy to help us make these videos.
All right, so looking through this list of awesome necromancy spells, there was a lot to choose from that I thought were interesting and some great talking points. But the one that I had to settle on, because we always pick our favorites, is going to be Analyze Blood. This is created by Asmodeus 324159, and this is a first level. Casting time in action, range area is touch, verbal somatic material, duration instantaneous, school of necromancy, as you would expect, and there is no attack or save. You read the necromantic energy trapped in blood like a book. You immediately learn whether you have analyzed the blood from the same creature before and when the last time you analyzed the blood was. You may only use the blood from a single creature for the material component of the spell. The information in mingled blood is too muddled to be of use. At higher level spells, you may gain additional information from the blood you analyze by channeling more energy into the spell. The additional information you can gain is listed below. You gain all of the information provided by lower levels of the spell, as well as the information provided by the spell level you choose. So if you upcast a second, you know the creature who shed the blood's type: monstrosity, undead, humanoid, etc. Third, you know if the blood carries any diseases or poisons. You also know if the blood is acceptable for transfusion into another creature. Fourth, you know if the creature whose blood you used is still alive. Fifth, you know the creature's name, if applicable. Creatures with secret names, such as devils, cannot have their secret name revealed with the spell. You also know their age and alignment. Sixth, you know whether the creature is on the same plane of existence as you at the same time the spell is cast. Seventh, you know the approximate location of the creature within a margin of error of 1 mile. Eighth, you have the memories of the creature for the last 12 hours prior to the blood being spilled. Ninth, you have memories of the creature for the last 24 hours prior to the blood being spilled. And the material component is a drop of fresh blood or dried blood no more than a month old. It is a spell available for cleric, sorcerer, warlock, and wizard. So the reason I picked this spell is number one, it's an investigative spell as is, and no offense to Asmodeus 324159, it's absolutely underpowered. As an investigative spell, I would kind of begin merging things down and getting access to most of this information, between like this, fifth through seventh level. Um, I think that falls more in the realm of like where you might be able to ascertain the divination effects of what you're getting here. When you get into those higher level spells, I just think it's like it should be much larger than what's there. But all in all, I love the theme of what this does to being able to extract the information from the very blood of the creature, know where it is, know who it belongs to. The concept of this spell I absolutely love, and that's why I wanted to talk about this one.
Yeah, so I guess there's a couple things to talk about. One, it's a ritual spell, so that's always odd because generally ritual spells aren't level. Like there's no upcast to them. Generally.
Sure. So
there might be a couple, but there are very few.
Yeah. So I would say like if you cast this as a ritual, you're casting it as a first level spell. That's the way I would interpret that.
One of the changes that I would make, thematically, I think it's all here. It's good. Is I would just make a list. And for every upcast you do, it's like pick another thing from the list.
Sure.
I mean, obviously, 8th and 9th are kind of the same. It's just the time.
Right.
So you settle on one of those and change it. But also, like all the memories from the past 24 hours for a creature, as opposed to 12 for such a high level thing, isn't really a big deal. And also, like, if you get all the memories from a creature, even at like a really low level, but all you have to go on is the memory, so you might not like. It might be more confusing,
right,
without some more information. Yeah, and like you said, I like the fact that it's investigative as well, and the upcasting. So, I think it could use a little tweaking, but as it is, it's not bad, and I wouldn't have a problem with it going in my game.
Sure.
Stop! We have our second Kickstarter ready to go. Check the link in the description.
Add 250 magic item tarot card to your gaming resources right now.
Mageforge are magic items from our very own games and minds ready to use in your game.
So check it out, back it, follow it, whatever it is that you need to do.
And get on that list. Stay nerdy. So I picked a spell solely on the name. I just like the name, and the name is Corpse Bomb. It's a first level spell by Veltman 252. And I was like, honestly, it just made me think of StarCraft and Infected Terrans. I'm like, can we make Infected Terrans? But it's a casting time of 1 action, a range of 120 feet. The components are verbal, somatic material, duration instantaneous. It's necromancy, obviously, and it is a dex saving throw. The corpse of a recently deceased creature rapidly bloats at your command and erupts in a gruesome explosion. You target the corpse of a creature that's been dead for no longer than 1 minute that you can see within range, detonating it. Each creature within 5-foot radius sphere centered on the corpse must make dexterity saving throw. A target takes 2d8 necrotic damage on a failed save, half as much damage on a successful one. The size of the explosion increases by 5 feet for every size larger than medium. You can upcast it. When you cast the spell using spell slots of second level or higher, the damage increases by a die 8 for each slot above first. Components. You need a corpse, which is destroyed upon casting it, and it is for bards, warlocks, and wizards.
So I like this spell. I think the area effect based on the size of the creature is a bit wonky.
Definitely a non-standard mechanic.
Definitely a non-standard mechanic. And I would say that, either, the damage or the area could go up as you scale and level. Possibly, like, you could even go, like, in every other, which definitely is not a non-standard mechanic, but is like, okay, at every even level, the damage goes up, and at every odd level, the area goes up. So like, it just keeps compounding, damage and whatnot.
Or even tie them together on 3rd, 5th, 7th, 9th. And like, and they're just tethered together for simplicity.
That would absolutely be a great way of doing it. That you would get the added boom. But I love it. I think it's very useful, and whether it's a PC driven who's using this against their enemies, or a savage caster who, once his own allies have blown up, died, they're blowing it up to hurt the ones who have killed them.
I mean, I almost want to. I would like one tweak.
Sure.
It works on a creature that's been dead for no longer than 1 minute, or a zombie. And it kills it just kills the zombie outright when you use it on them.
Sure.
Insta kill a zombie, but you can only use it on one. But I love, if we're going back to infected terms.
Yeah.
But the necromancer marches his zombies into your midst and then begins detonating them one at a time each round.
I mean, technically, a zombie is a walking corpse, so I would totally allow that.
Yeah, it just hasn't been dead long enough in most cases.
Well,
or maybe too long. It's been dead too long in most cases.
Well, okay.
Because of the minute.
Sure. But I mean, I totally dig that in a lot of ways. I would totally use it as is, or we make the modifications that we talked about. But all in all, I think the necromancy spells were definitely a good get for this particular video.
Yeah, some of the homebrew stuff is a little rough. It's hard to pick, and you're like, is that really belonging in this school? There's just a lot of love for necromancy out there, I guess. So.
Sure. I mean, it's good for either the players who want to go down those darker roads, but they're also great for the villainous NPCs that are going to go up against the players. And this is your spell is that Corpse Bomb is absolutely a villainous spell.
Or, I mean, analyze blood, man. And the evil necromancer gets a hold of some of your blood, and then they know everything about you.
That is true.
Especially if they got the spell slots to burn. But what do you think? What are your favorite necromancy spells? Have you made any necromancy spells on the homebrew list there? Let us know. Share your thoughts and ideas with the Nerdarchy community down below in the comments.
While you're down there, don't forget to do all those cool things like share, subscribe, even go ahead and find that notification bell so you don't miss a single video.
Quick reminder, Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays, we make videos, so come on back. There'll be something new on the channel for you. Can't wait till then? No worries, we got you covered. Up here, there's a card for the last top 10 homebrew divination spells that we did.
So until next time, stay nerdy.